Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lamone, and this is my review for the Season 3 finale of Invincible. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Shall you leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on the Invincible finale, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, we are now done with another season of Invincible, and before we get into the episode in particular, I just want to say, after this finale and just this season as a whole, to me, it's no contest. I think season 3 is the best season that Invincible has put out. I would say it goes 3, 1, and then 2. 2 has some good moments, don't get me wrong, and I enjoyed season 2 for what it was, but, you know, if we're going to compare them, to me, 3 is at the top, and then 1, and then 2 is at the bottom there. I mean, they just really hit everything in stride. I mean, the stakes felt very, very real. All the battle, all the punches were really good. I'm not going to harp too much on the animation. I think we have a choice at this point because, you know, the first season they had all the time in the world because there was no expectations. When season 2 came out, I was like, okay, when's it coming? When's it coming? When's it coming? And then we had to wait 3 years and people complained about the long wait. And then we had the break and then people complained about that. Now we're getting the full season within a year from the season 2 second half. And yeah, sure, the animation is not as good on compared to season 1 because of course it is. And I think now we just got to learn to get used to that and just accept that. You can either choose wait 5 years in between seasons or you get a new season every year. And to me, the animation's fine. It's not bad by any means. Yeah, sure, because the only reason I'm bringing this up is because of the episode 6. Right? Yeah, that was my favorite episode. Episode 6, when we see the battle with Nolan and Mark, and you see the difference between the animation. I'm like, yeah, no, the season 1 animation was just on a whole other level. But again, the animation now is fine. There was a lot of good stuff within this episode, and just within the whole season as well, like where they put the camera, like it felt very live action in some aspects of this. And I think, yeah, no, if it means a little bit less quality when it comes to the animation, for me to get the story faster within a year, I'll take it. I'll take it. And again, the animation is not even that bad. I think it's fine for the most part. But yeah, as for this episode as a whole, I would say maybe it's 4th out of the 8. I think the second half of the season is very, very strong compared to the first half, which is saying a lot because I thought the first half of the season was really strong too. But yes, this battle with Conquest versus Mark, you know, except for the adding of Oliver and Eve within it, to me, this really did feel like a lot like a copy and paste of the fight between him and Nolan from the season 1 finale. I mean, there was a lot of very, very similar spots within it. I mean, the main one is when I'm assuming it's Miami, when they go through Miami and he has his head and he's like flying through and, you know, you were seeing the bodies dying. I mean, that is ripped straight out from when Nolan put him on the subway and Mark is going like this and you see the bodies going everywhere. I mean, beat by beat, right? I mean, hell, even the final sequence within this after the Battle of Conquest is over, you're seeing where everyone is doing now that the battle is done and where we're going to be setting up for season 4, just like how we did at the end of season 1. And there's a lot of things I'm really intrigued by. Why is Eve's goo going everywhere? I guess Mark is going to have to go back to the blue and yellow because that blue and black is gooey now after what had happened. We're really seeing how Eve's powers is really, really different now that she has leveled up, or maybe it does now have full capture of all mineral matter or whatever it was that she said at the end. I really liked the spot where she's like, I just decreased the Earth's density, or she increased it to make it a little bit heavier for Conquest. That was really cool. Conquest was a really cool character, and I'm glad that he's not completely killed off. And I also kind of side with Cecil on like, yeah, no, you don't kill him, you test him. Or, I mean, they just locked him up. They're not going to test his skin. I would get a bunch of samples of that blood and really, really try to say, like, okay, we had Mark who was half Viltrumite. Now we have full Viltrumite. Let's get this blood testing and see how we can battle against that. Yeah, absolutely. You test against it, but now they're locking him up and the wait for him to wake up in order so that they could tell him what's up. I don't think that's the case. And I also don't think if Conquest really worries about dying. maybe we'll see, when he wakes up and he realizes, oh, I can lose. Maybe he does have some fear within him. And, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I'm always welcome to have back. Like, I was glad that Angstrom is not completely dead, and we will see him next season in one way or another. Now he's going to be a lackey to the Technicians. I'm really curious about the Technicians. I think they're going to be really, really interesting characters moving forward. Again, I have not read the comics, and please don't spoil it for me. Okay? If I go on X and I see some spoilers, that's on me because I decided to go on the internet. My comic section, I feel like I can have somewhat of a control. So please do not spoil it for me, but just let me know how excited I should be for these Technicians because they're very, very intriguing to me. But yeah, it was just one of those episodes where I was just like, man, another big battle that we have to face. I will say in this one, I didn't have the hopelessness that I did when he was fighting 18 Marks. I guess 18 Marks was, more threatening than one Viltrumite, no matter how powerful it was and how they were trying to put him over with the whole, yeah, we think he's stronger than Nolan. We think he could take out Nolan. But I didn't have that helplessness because Mark has leveled up so much. I was worried that Oliver was going to die, and I really thought Eve was gone too. So I was really happy that they're not, and that we're going to keep on going. I like how the final scene between Mark and Oliver, or was it the final scene overall? I don't remember if anything else happened afterwards. But, when he goes, Oliver, you're right, about the Nolan twins, about, Angstrom, about Congress, all of them. Like, sometimes we need to kill. And I think, yeah, that is the overall message. Like, always try to put them in prison and, you hope that they find their way out, right? But sometimes some people are just too far gone and you got to cut the head off the snake. I do think he kind of misunderstood, like, it's just about his family, which, yes, by all means, protect your family, by all means necessary. But also, if someone's threatening to kill billions of people, maybe take them out too. But yeah, overall, this episode was fine. Again, I think it was probably 4th out of the 8 to me. It was a lot of action. I like a lot of dialogue. I like the Rex funeral as well. I did find it weird that he got his own funeral while I was sure a bunch of other heroes have died as well. I don't know why we didn't see those funerals happening as well and why the people weren't showing up. Or maybe it was I would have minded a little close setting, like just the closest people that we know were gathering around for the funeral. But no, Cecil was there, some other people were there too. I'm just like, what about the other heroes? Why is Rex getting his own? Like, I understand because I'm closest to Rex too. I would attend that funeral, but the other heroes deserve one too. But yeah, I like the moment between Eve and Mark as well, where she's sad, like he was my first and all this stuff, which is very, very understandable feelings to have. Like, like I really wish I could have talked to the Rex that grew up instead of the immature one that, I fell in love with. And I did love him. And Mark is just smiling like, I'm just happy that I didn't lose you. And then, they go off, nothing sets the mood like mourning over one's ex by any means. But, it is what it is. But yeah, I like this episode. It was fine. But man, this season overall was absolutely phenomenal to me. Cannot wait for next year for season 4, just to see where everything's going to come into play. Really, really anticipating a lot of things that we saw at the end here. Really, really, really looking forward to this and see how we expand. Hopefully we get more Nolan and is it Adam? Yeah, it's Adam. Nolan and Adam, and seeing where the hell have they been the whole time? Where are they traveling to? Who are they going? Are they going to go meet Optimus? I know his name's not Optimus in the show, but it's the voice of Optimus Prime, man. I gotta call him Optimus. Are they going to go talk to him before they head to Earth? Why weren't they there for the fight for conquest? Really thought they were going to pop up. But yeah, I'm really excited to see that and a lot more heading to it. So hit that subscribe button for when that season comes out. And along with other things too, we're covering Daredevil. If you're into wrestling, we cover all of that as well. But yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.